Yellow!
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going down, bud?
Not much, man. We doing this or what?
Yeah, let's throw it down.
Could you pick me up?
Yep, see you in 10 minutes.
See you in a bit.
Let's go to the McDons house. Let's go to the McDons. Let's go to the McDons house and play some songs. Let's go to the McDons house. Let's go to the McDons. Let's go to the McDons house and play some songs.
Thanks, everybody.
Ever see the Robin Williams DVD RV? I got it at the local library. I saw her at the local library. She's so much more interesting than a Robin Williams DVD, especially old dogs or RV. Oh, I'm in love with a children's librarian. Don't think I'm creepy and scary, yeah. I only go to the children's floor to see you smile. I swear I ain't no pedophile. Oh, I'm in love with you, children's librarian. Teenagers smoke crystal meth and refuse to leave the children's floor. They don't know what I have got in store. Well, what I've got in store. And faster than they can whip their hooded heads around. Oh, I shall run you down. And mother's minivan in the library parking lot. Oh, I'm in love with you, children's librarian. Don't think I'm creepy and scary, yeah. I only go to the children's floor to see you smile. I swear I would not fuck that child. Oh, I'm in love with you, children's librarian. It's Ryan's spot of the week. It's Ryan's spot of the week.
Another crazy topic. Just want to start talking about UFOs. And sometimes I'm going to get right into it, talking about, specific cases, about Joe Blow that's seen the UFO, and really going to get into it and talk about it. But right this week, just want to give everybody a general idea of what's going on here with the UFOs. And so, there's a lot of people out there, debunkers, and they're always thinking they got a few things that they like to talk about. Number one is they basically say, don't bother me with any facts. My mind is made up. Like, aliens aren't real. It's impossible. So I mean, we gotta find some debunkers that are for real, that they think, okay, what if aliens are real, but let's see if we can debunk this. But the majority of the debunkers out there, they're straight up non-believers. So we need to have real skeptics, real skepticism, which is important, which means, don't believe it, you gotta probe into it, find out about it. A common debunker rule that they follow is, if you can't attack the data, attack the people. Stanton Friedman, he said that. And I mean, that's it. Like, they find all this data on UFOs and sightings and percentages, kind of what we talked about, and they can't find anything to throw at you, like to make you not believe it, So then they just start picking apart stories from kooky people that live in the bayous that are, uneducated, And they use that as kind of a defense system, you know, to throw everybody off, to make you believe that it's not real. But what about those cases that exist from people that are legit, like military personnel, you know, astronauts? Buzz Aldrin, you know, he said he's seen one. There's another couple astronauts that seen them, you know, military pilots, you know, these are credible people that are out there. They've seen it, you know. Couple of the presidents of the United States, I know a couple of those guys said, I think it was Eisenhower, Gordon Cooper, another famous astronaut, he said he's seen one. What about UFO sightings from before? Everybody thinks, oh, UFOs, that's since the 50s. People started making movies and talk. What about UFOs from the past? What about UFOs in the Bible, in the Bibes? You know, Book of Ezekiel, he talks about basically seeing a craft or a vehicle of the Lord, of wheels within wheels, and he talks about it like having big lights and eyes on it, which are basically like, you know, big lights. So I mean, what about that? What about Alexander the Great? What was that, 300 BC? He talked about seeing 2 flying shields in the sky. Does that sound like a UFO to you? I think so. I mean, what about that? Oh, UFOs, it's just, you know, people made that up, and people seeing Martian movies from the 50s and 60s. What about those old cases, you know? What about Alexander the Great? He's seen something. I mean, that whatever they seen in the sky, it actually prevented his men from crossing a river because they were so scared. And I mean, that's documented, that's in history, that's in the books. Check it out. What about Nuremberg, Germany? 1561, I think it was. It was basically published in the newspapers, you know, that there was a bunch of crazy ships in the sky. We didn't have planes back then, you know what I mean? People know what birds are. They've seen some giant cylinder-shaped craft in the sky with crazy lights, you know? I mean, astronomers have seen them. Even friggin' Columbus seen them. You know, he's out on his boat looking for land. Boom. Sees a big fiery thing in the sky. What the heck is that? You know, it was moving irregularly. I mean, I don't have his transcripts right here, but check that. Look into that one. Yeah. You know, and then we got this SETI, the search for extraterrestrial life, you know. And these guys, they don't even look at any of the facts. They just make proclamations about the fact that there's no, you know, there's absence of evidence, but they don't look at any evidence that we have today. So, I mean, you know, that itself is ignoring the basic rules of science. Even, you know, just looking at the data that you've acquired, which they don't do, they ignore it. And, you know, I mean, if there is life out there, who's to say that they're going to use radio signals? You know what I mean? Like, why? Maybe they don't even want to talk to us anyway. They might think that we're just like a bunch of ants. You go outside and you see the anthill, and you go, I want to go talk to the ants today. Hi, ants. Hi. Take my technology. Take it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't do that. You don't even think about the ants. You freaking go out and you step on them. And if we did step on the ants, maybe we didn't even mean to. You know, so if aliens come and wipe us out, maybe they didn't mean to. So I'm not even going to be mad at them. Just think of the ants. You know, another common belief is the zoo. Just like a zoo, you know what I mean? We're a zoo, maybe they're coming over here and they're just like, whoa, check them out. They don't want to talk to us. Like, do you go and try to talk to the bear at the zoo? Hi, do you look good today? Yeah, you know, you don't do that. You go and you look at the bear. He's living in his environment. He's remotely dangerous. You know, he could probably hurt you if you get close to him. We don't worry about it, though. We don't try to talk to him. We don't try to share our technology. Like, the bear is stupid compared to us, right? You know? So we're probably the same deal. That's what people think. You know, we're just basically a bunch of stupid bears.
It's Ryan's spot of the week. It's Ryan's spot of the week. Climb up to the top of the mountain. You're always climbing up higher. Find out kiss you downtime. You're always the orange and green lights, they are pulling me in again. The orange and green lights, they are pulling me in again. And I'm taking 3 steps forward and 2 steps back again. Taking a couple steps under the street, a few steps on some old man's lawn. You can take off your plastic gloves, the food's scary enough as it is. You can take off your plastic gloves, I'll eat those hot dogs as long as they spin. And you can honestly taste the shame. You can taste the shame as the mustard rolls down your chin like rain. You can taste the shame as you put nacho cheese on everything. You can taste the shame, you won't die as long as the hot dog spin, spin, spin. You can taste the shame every time that you eat at 7-Eleven. The maitre d's name is Ray, but I don't think he is a maitre d'. He was a Pac-Man champion back in the late 1980s. Why do you look at me like that, Ray? Please don't you judge me. You know how long the hot dogs have been sitting there for, but please don't you tell me. I sprayed nacho cheese all over my new sweater. But that's okay, cause nacho cheese makes my life infinitely better. I'll take the hot dogs home, eat them alone, under the covers. 2 hot dogs for $2 and a Golden Girls DVD. Yes, you are my lovers. You can taste the shame as the mustard rolls down your chin like rain. You can taste the shame as you put nacho cheese on everything. You can taste the shame, you won't die as long as the hot dog spin, spin, spin. You can taste the shame every time that you eat at 7-Eleven.
Mark's made a list of the best albums in the history of the human being. Records we all should talk about. An album we could all listen to this week.
Okay, people. Did you ever wonder what the best album of 1981 was? Well, I'll tell you, 1981 brought us a new form of music. It's been called hardcore since 1979, I guess, but DOA, when they put out Hardcore 81, they exemplified a new form of music. And, well, I'll tell you, this is beyond hardcore, this album. Holy shit, man. To call this album hardcore would be like putting Frilly Pink on it and spraying it with perfume. Because this is Discharge, and this is the 11th best record in the history of the human being. Holy shit, now what else can we say about this now? Because this is serious that we're talking about here. The fuckers. Okay. When Phil Sutcliffe reviewed this album in New Musical Express or Sounds or NME, he said that this album he never wants to listen to again, and it's putrefaction perfected. But he gave it a 5-star review, which I find interesting. The Horrors of War, Pure Hell. It's funny, everything I thought about saying last night I forgot. Because I guess that's what this album does to you. It kind of just makes you speechless and stuff like that. Discharge. When I got into Discharge was June 1981, the month this thing came out, and I started with D-Control. And I thought I could handle it. But I'll tell you, Discharge was the first band that made me go pale. And to have this even heavier than D-Control was like just, I couldn't believe it. So, considering I forgot everything I was going to say about this album because it's only in the daytime and I haven't got high yet, we'll just have to go with the incidentalies. Incidentally, this album was used as a retort from Lou Barlow to Jay Mascis on a Sebadoh record. Incidentally, this album includes the best bass player in the world, Roy Wainwright, who, at the time that this album came out, I thought Stanley Clarke was the best bass player in the world, but once you hear this album, you know what I mean. And also, Is This To Be, which is on this album, is the 48th best song in the history of the human being, and Ain't No Feeble Bastard is the 49th best song in the history of the human being. So, I think this is the fourth lineup on this album. It's friggin' Roy Wainwright, the bass player, friggin' Tony Roberts on guitar, Calvin Morris on vocals, and they had Dave Bambini of The Insane on drums. And I'll tell you, he might have been the best drummer Discharge ever had, I'll tell you. And so this is it. This is the album that dethroned... This is the band that dethroned the Ramones and held to be the best band up until I got into Bathory in '86. So 81 to 86, fucking Discharge, best band in the world. This is the 11th best album in the world. And I don't know, what more can be said? We're talking about the band Men. In order to satisfy their mania for a conquest, lives are squandered.
Mark's made a list of the best albums in the history of the human being. Records we all should talk about. An album we could all listen to this week.
I've been reading Simpsons comic books in my bedroom all afternoon. It's hungry work and I think that I am starting to swoon. And the Humpty Dumpty ketchup chips are all the way in the other room. They might as well be on Mars, I can't reach them from my bedroom. God send me a helper monkey, send one to me, send one to me please. God send me a helper monkey, send one to me, send one to me ASAP. His helper monkey paws can scratch my back, cause monkeys have shut, sharp, short nails. I get him to go and vote, I'm sure he'll pick better candidate than the one we've got now. Send me a helper monkey, send one to me, send one to me ASAP. I send my monkey downtown to fetch me a delicious submarine. Guy says, do you want onions on that monkey? The monkey, he just goes cheap, cheap. And he brings me a giant sub and a smaller monkey-sized sub for himself. My monkey getting fat and lazy. He's got a fat and lazy guy in a partnership. Send me a helper monkey, send one to me, send one to me ASAP. Bring me a helper monkey, bring one to me, bring one to me please. This helper monkey paws can scratch my back, cause monkeys have such sharp, short nails. I get sent to go and vote, I'm sure he'll pick better candidate than the one we've got now. Send me a helper monkey, send one to me, send one to me ASAP.
Pages gonna cook for
So today I'm cooking up songs with PJ. We're gonna have some really special guests in here later on. They're gonna show up, but I'm gonna start cooking this meal. It's gonna be a heavy metal hodgepodge of heavy metal ghetto-ness. It's gonna be awesome. But the album that I'm gonna do today is actually the band's record, a band called Cauldron. And this is the first EP that came out a long time ago, about 100 million years ago. And this is the reissue through More on Music. And the song we're doing is Into the Cauldron. And basically, we don't have a cauldron, and there's nothing we're gonna cook. So basically, I'm gonna do a heavy metal shepherd's pie ghetto with bacon and hot dogs and just really crappiness stuff that us heavy metal artists eat. Bacon, hamburger, Kraft dinner, extra creamy, sharp cheddar, chicken weenies, because the all beef ones tend to give me gas. And then we got the potatoes here for the top, and some cheese, because we need more cheese and everything. We're gonna have fun making the heavy metal ghetto hodgepodge of rock and roll. Into the cauldron! The cauldron! Ooh, you got this from a witch downtown. Cauldrons are us. I'm on this bacon kick, I don't know, you know, everything's better with bacon, so people that worship heavy metal like bacon. Some regular ground beef, because we want the greasiness. This is apple juice from that place out in Nimmerman Cove. What's that place called? Boudreaux's Farm or Belmos. Then we're gonna get the hot dogs going, and then we're gonna add a bunch of stuff to that flavor. That's gonna be the spicy part. That's the part that's gonna have kick. It's gonna have bite. It's gonna be heavy metal. Then I'm gonna add some spices. You know, spices are like, the hamburger's kind of naked, so you put some spices in. It's kind of like dressing your lady up. Some fresh ground pepper here. Pepper Keenan, COC, salt and pepper too. Some red pepper flakes. Garlic plus. I don't let anybody eat that likes typo negative, because it will probably end up killing them. Because garlic, not a good thing for vampires. Maybe we can get some pieces of Teflon in there too, because Teflon is part of metal, and this is a heavy metal bit. So I grab a plate here. Hi, I'm Crazy Plate Man. Look at that. It actually makes them taste a lot different when you cut them like that. Am I lying? Yes. When you're cooking hot dogs, you usually want to put a little bit of oil. But for this one, I want to use butter. Real men cook with real butter. I'm going to take a bite out of it too. Throw it in the pan. Making me fat since 1973. Butter. Good apple juice. You should make pies with these apples, they're so good. Bring those hot dogs to a boil in the frying pan again. Look at that, that's serious. So yeah, so we've had the barbecue sauce right here. We got the brown sugar, which was actually I called it from up there because I can call. I would have bet $100 on that one with Dana, and he would have lost money. The best of best, the rooster sauce, as usual. There we go, look at that. So right now we're making the topping, heavy metal shepherd's pie. So I'm just cutting these down small. The smaller you cut them, the quicker they will cook. Slow motion water, the fire engine guy. Into the cauldron. This is Jay, Chris, the mighty Ian Chains, Randy Rhodes incarnate right there. If this guy ever jumps on a plane ever again, I will lose my mind. So anyways, the new album, Burning Fortune, features one of the best songs of all time, Rapid City. My favorite song. I love it. Stirring Kraft dinner because the boss told me to. We're going to get the boys to hold this while I layer it. So, Chris, cauldron. You hold the cauldron.
This is the Moncton cauldron.
Wow. This is the heavy metal ghetto shepherd's pie.
Mixing meats. That's some greasy stuff.
Yeah. This is awesome.
New Brunswick. It's greasy. Got enough light there?
Bacon.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The home of bread heels and bacon grease.
So let's go over to the table and we're going to finish this off. Oh yeah. The fire, hell, and brimstone. Heavy metal fire from the north into the cauldron. There we go.
We're Cauldron from Toronto, and we are the real deal hard rocker heavy metal band. We are the bad boys in high school that hung out at the smoking section. But there's worse guys than us now. Now there's rap music. That's what you gotta watch out for.
Oh, look at that. Fire, her eyes, blues with flame, fire, yeah!
Grease bubbling down at the bottom.
Yeah.
That is some of that grease.
Beautiful.
Metal for breakfast, metal for lunch.
Out of the cauldron and into my stomach.
So cauldron, into the cauldron. The heavy metal ghetto, rock and roll casserole. Right here.
Into the stomach.
Into the stomach. What's the new record, boys?
Burning Fortune.
Get it. One of the best records you'll ever hear.
Out now on Earache Records and Cassettes.
Up songs with PJ. His favorite songs inspire his recipes. PJ's gonna cook for us. Oh yeah! Let's go to the McDons house. Let's go to the McDons. Let's go to the McDons house and play some songs.
Thanks, everybody.